What's up, everybody? Ben Razzie here for Odd Chopper, talking college basketball. One of my favorite sports to bet, one of the best sports to bet in general. If you are new to betting, if you're getting into betting and you're saying, you know what, I want more. I don't bet college sports. Should I get into it? I'm here to talk about some of the tips, some of the tricks, some of the things that you need to know before diving into college basketball. This will make you a better bettor, a more profitable bettor, and it can really, really help weather the inevitable ebbs and flows of diving into a new sport if you're looking to take it on. I want to say right off the bat, welcome to Odd Chopper. Check out everything we got going on here. We've got picks, we've got breakdowns, we've got tutorials, we've got everything that you need, hopefully, to improve yourself as a sports bettor. But I want to talk about college basketball specifically and get into some of the things that I think are really important if you are looking to bet this sport. So, first thing I want to talk about is the landscape of college basketball. I'm going to bring up a lobby board just for a day, just to typical Tuesday. It's honestly a light day. I'm just going to scroll a little bit. And the first thing you notice actually isn't the number of games. It's not like a day with hundreds of games. But if you're a casual and you're watching this video right now, look at these schools. North Dakota, Presbyterian, Northern Iowa, UNC Asheville, Florida A&M, IPFW, the Mastodons, just to name a few. Maybe you know about all these teams. My guess, you don't know anything about them, and you're not alone there. And that is my first tip with college basketball is narrow your focus. This is not college football. This is certainly not the NBA. 360 plus teams in college basketball, over 30 conferences worth of teams. Good luck knowing the ins and outs of every one of these teams. It is simply not possible. You want to tell me you have a model and you've built in all this stuff and it runs, more power to you. For the regular person, for most of us, that's just not a reality. And that means we have to be smart with our time. We have to be smart with our money. And we need to really narrow the focus. So, my first tip right off the bat, particularly early in a season, know what you need to know and stick to what you know. Pick a conference, pick two conferences. What's more manageable? Knowing a little about 360 teams and 30 plus conferences, or know a ton about two conferences? Know a ton about 10 teams, know a ton about 20 teams. That is how you gain the edge. You learn the rotations, you learn the coaching, you see what's going on in these games, and you are better for it. You'll be cognizant of injuries. You won't miss as much because with this type of landscape, it is lawless. You're not going to be able to find reliable data on a lot of these teams. It doesn't mean that you can't attack them, but I really advocate for anybody getting involved in college basketball, stick to a more confined process and don't try to bet every type of game from every type of conference. You will simply miss too much information. And with the lines being efficient, you're just going to end up bleeding out to the rake. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But right off the bat, stick to specific conferences and teams and really use them at the forefront of your betting. Now, second thing, leading right into that, again, new season. This is not the NBA where you just have a franchise player for 10 years and you know, okay, they got a couple free agents. No, no, no. College basketball, college sports in general, turnover is crazy. The transfer portal is insane. Make sure you are aware of who is coming in and who is leaving the program. Because if you just look at returning minutes, you are going to get yourself into big, big trouble early in the season. I can absolutely guarantee that you're going to have misreads on teams, particularly big name teams. I'll use a team like Kentucky as an example. For years, it's, oh, they return one guy from the rotation. And if you're a casual viewer, you think, okay, wow, Kentucky's taking a step back. What they don't tell you is they brought in 4 NBA ready prospects that are all freshmen that are going to be one and dones. Or what they don't tell you is a team got 2 stud transfers that are, again, with the new rules, you can transfer, you can rebuild your team immediately. So returning minutes and returning production does not mean as much, particularly for the elite schools. Now, when you're talking about mid-majors and lower level where guys aren't jumping to the NBA, stability does matter, I think, a little more, senior-led leadership. But these are things I really want to highlight for you. I know it may seem trivial. Transfers and freshmen, particularly top-end freshmen, can change a program more than any type of production in terms of returning production can do. So know that, learn that, Google, Twitter, whatever you need to do, make sure you get a read on who is in and who is out for these teams. It is really, really important to understand that before you go and break down these games. Now, talked about two quick ones here. I want to take you to a different screen now. I'm going to flip over to Odd Shopper very quickly, and this is just the odd screen that we have available here. It doesn't need to be here. Now, obviously, I use Odd Shopper every single day. This is where I feel the most comfortable. I love this interface, and we've got so much going on. Find a way to shop your odds. I have to stress that you need to shop your odds. If you're new to sports betting, and you've probably heard this, and you may have said, I'll get around to it. I do it when I can. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. Just think about it in real life. Step outside of sports betting and say to yourself, I'm going to the supermarket or a restaurant, or I'm looking for a car, and I get the same meal or the same model, and one is X amount and the other is X plus 10. Who pays $8 for something when you can pay $5 for the exact same thing? Nobody, especially if you had to do that every day. If it was once a year, okay, no big deal. If I had to do that every day, if I had to go to the store every day and pay $8 instead of $5, that just means every day there's $3 in limbo for me. That adds up over time. It's the same way in betting, particularly with college sports, where the market is not as consensus. You can see it here. Again, we can just scroll through random games. You don't think this makes a difference? Okay, I want to bet Drexel. Would I rather lay minus 134 or minus 145? Like these little edges add up. Would I rather? I'm taking a crazy shot against my poor UMass. I don't want to take a shot at UMass, but just for example purposes, if you wanted to go on the money line here, would you rather get 3.9 to 1 or 3.25 for $100? Would you rather get back 390 or 325? These are the things that make a difference. Of course, it's the same with point spreads. Absolutely crucial. You can see there will be differences. Would you rather get 19 or lay 17? I mean, these are the things that we need to know. Doesn't matter. Again, OddShopper can do this for you. This is all free. You just go to oddshopper.com, go to the odd screen. You get it for every sport. It's nothing. It's just, this is college basketball. We're talking about college basketball. That is very, very crucial. Maybe the most important thing I'm going to say in this video is shop the odds. Just track it. You will see the money add up. You'll have extra money because of this without making any more picks, better picks, worse picks. It's the same, just more money for you. No doubt about it. And then the last and final thing before I get out of here, this may sound stupid, but I'm telling you, a lot of people don't know this. Learn the rules of college basketball. This is not the NBA. First of all, they only play, 20-minute halves. The foul shots are different. The foul rules are different. These things are really important if you're diving in. Obviously, you've been betting college basketball for years. I'm sure you know this. But for a lot of us, it's a new sport. It's a sport, okay, I bet it during the tournament. I'm not super familiar. Understand it before you dive in, because when you see spreads and you see particularly totals, this is a very common mistake I see. When people look at totals, which is the total amount of points in a game, they think it's crazy, crazy low. And you see some of these, like 133. That's not something that we would ever see, of course, in the NBA. And if you don't know, you're thinking, well, this is an easy over. That is not the case. There are differences in college basketball. And again, the foul situation. If you get to 17 fouls, the other team shoots 1-1, which means that if they make the first one, they get the second one. If they miss it, though, the ball is live. Again, this is a small, intricate thing that makes a difference at the end of games. If you're live betting, you need to know what's going on and understand these very basic rules, but very important rules for player props, for sides, for totals, if you want to bet college basketball. Again, I really recommend get involved if you're looking to take it to the next level. The easiest things that we're going to review today, we already talked about it. Narrow your focus, pick some teams, pick some conferences, become experts. Learn about transfers and freshmen. They change the dynamic of a team, and they don't show up in returning minutes and production. It's a big leak that a lot of people miss. Shop your odds, get the best price available. Make sure you're on books. more books, the better. Do you have to be on every book? I mean, in a perfect world, but you don't obviously need every single book if you don't want them. The link in the description of this video, by the way, there will be offers down there if you're looking to add books, looking to add Odd Chopper, just tools for you to become a better. You can explore that at any time, of course. And then know the rules of what you're betting. Always, always, always. If you do these things and you learn them, I guarantee you will become a better college basketball better this season. Hope it was informative. Hope it was fun. If you have any questions, at JazzRazDFS. I love betting college basketball, one of my favorite sports in the entire market to bet, and I can't wait to see more and more of it across your guys' cards each and every night. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks again for stopping in. Hit the like button on your way out. We'll talk to you guys soon.